Because we have such a strong purpose and strong core values, we have certain codes of conduct or traditions, and I'm not going to go through every single one of these positions. It looks like at the time of this video we have 19, but I do want to hit the main point. Treat all pets better than you would your own while you're at work. Maintain a meticulously organized and clean work area and duties. That's what we do. And of course, if you're cluttered at home, it's okay. You just can't be cluttered at work. It has to be meticulously organized and meticulously clean. Suggest, don't complain. Number 4, something needs improved. We do have a suggestion for improvement. As Teddy Roosevelt said, complaining about a problem without proposing a solution is called whining. And then we don't allow gossip or negative chatter. We talked about the naysayers and the passive-aggressive people. We just don't stand for that. Be honest if you're not 100% certain to answer a question. So if you have that concern, you're like, I think I'm about 98% sure this is right, maybe get another opinion, because we don't have any room for errors when it comes to saving animals' lives. I'll hit a couple. Number 16, be dependable. Of course, as I mentioned, show up on time, show up prepared to do your best. And then number 17, don't create dev T. So developed traffic is unusual and unnecessary traffic, and it's a waste of time. It usually takes about 5 to 10 times longer than the normal work had we not had it, and it's almost always caused by either dishonesty or not following procedures. So please be honest and follow procedures, and we won't have dev T. Okay, we're going to go into employment policies now, which sometimes that can be the boring part, but we want to get through it. I don't want to skip our history. Please read through our history with what Dr. Nelson and I started, and how we became, or how we got to where we are now. So let's move on to equal employment opportunity under Section 3, employment policies. We are an EEO business, so we don't discriminate at all. If you feel like you've been harassed or discriminated against, you have to tell your boss that day. It has to be in writing, and we're going to do interviews that day. Even if the boss is off work, they're going to come in, because we don't take harassment lightly. You can move on to it talks about the complaint procedure, the investigation, and the disciplinary action. We jump on those things that very day because it's not fair, and we don't tolerate it. Under employment status, you're full-time if you're averaging 35 hours or more per week over 3 consecutive months. You're part-time if you're less than 35. You're a volunteer if you want to come in and observe. You're an exempt employee if you're exempt from overtime, which means you're on a salary. And you're a non-exempt employee if you're hourly and you are getting paid overtime when you work over 40 hours in a given week. The non-solicitation policy just means that you're not here to solicit other work that's here. So if you have something that you're wanting to solicit, like a walkathon or selling Girl Scout cookies or something like that in the business, we have a specific way of doing that so it's fair to everyone. We certainly want you to be able to help charities and things, but we don't want employees in every organization throughout soliciting other business from other organizations while they're at work in that one particular organization. Personnel records. It's extremely important that we have up-to-date records. So if you get married, you get divorced, if you move, if you get a new degree, if you graduate high school, any of those things we need to know about. Drugs and alcohol, I'll make it simple. If you appear to be under the influence of a medication, a drug, a intoxicant of any kind, alcohol, we have the right to test you that day. We'll send you off for testing, because it's critical that our patients are getting the best care and our clients are getting the best care or service. So there's our policy on it. Just know that you can't be in possession of anything illegal, and you can't be under the influence of anything that would affect your work. On number 4, workplace searches, we reserve the right, and this is legally the right we have, to search anything in the hospital. So if we feel that there's been theft, if there's any sort of illegal activity going on, we can search lockers, we can search purses, we can search bags, and we will do that anytime we feel like something bad has happened. And of course, I hope, knock on wood, that wouldn't happen. Off-duty conduct. So it's important that you also promote a positive self-image when you're off work as well, because that could affect your job too if there's something that happened when you're outside of work.